Have you ever stared at a blank email for 20 minutes not knowing how to start? Dear Sir? Hi there? Hello, Mr. Smith? If writing professional emails in English makes you nervous, today's video will change everything.
Yes, by the end of this video, you'll be able to write a clear, professional email in just 5 minutes.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our channel. I am Kate.
Hi, everyone. I'm Martin. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Before we start, if you are new here, please subscribe to our channel.
And if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a like. It really helps us grow.
Also, comment below and tell us, do you write English emails for work or school?
We'd love to know how this topic connects to your life.
So Martin, today's topic is very practical. How to write a professional email in English in 5 minutes.
I love this topic, Kate, because it's something people actually use every single day.
Exactly, whether it's for work, school, or business.
Emails are everywhere, and writing them well really matters.
So many learners message us about this problem.
What do they usually say?
They say, I know English, but I don't know how to sound professional.
That's true. That's such a common struggle.
They can speak casually with friends.
But writing a formal email feels completely different.
Exactly. It feels more serious, more careful.
And a badly written email can actually create a bad impression.
Right. Even if your English is good, a messy email looks unprofessional.
So today, we're going to fix that, step by step.
And the best part? You'll be able to do this quickly, in just 5 minutes.
Let's start with the basic structure of a professional email.
Great idea. Every good email follows a simple pattern.
Yes, once you know the pattern, writing becomes so much easier.
Okay, let's break it down. Part 1 is the subject line.
This is the first thing people see even before opening the email.
Right, it needs to be short and clear.
For example, meeting request for Monday or question about the report.
Simple, direct, no confusion.
Avoid subject lines like hello or question. Too vague.
That's such an important detail people forget.
Part 2 is the greeting.
This is how you start the email.
If you know the person's name, use it. Dear Mr. Johnson or Hi, Sarah.
If you don't know the name, you can say Dear Sir or Madam, or simply Hello.
The greeting sets the tone for the whole email.
Exactly. Formal greeting for formal emails, friendly greeting for casual ones.
Part 3 is the opening line.
This is where many learners feel stuck.
What should someone say first?
A simple, polite sentence works perfectly.
Like, I hope you are doing well, or I hope this email finds you well.
These are common, safe, professional openers.
You can also go straight to the point if it's a quick email.
Like, I am writing to ask about, or I wanted to follow up on.
Simple and clear. No need for complicated words.
Part 4 is the main message.
This is the important part, where you explain your reason for writing.
Keep it short and clear, one idea at a time.
Avoid long, complicated sentences.
Short sentences are actually more professional, not less.
A lot of learners think longer sentences sound smarter.
But actually, clear and simple is always better in emails.
Busy people don't want to read long paragraphs.
Exactly. Get to the point politely and clearly.
Part 5 is the closing line.
This is where you finish your main message.
You can say, please let me know if you have any questions.
Or, I look forward to hearing from you.
These phrases sound polite and professional.
Part 6 is the sign-off.
This is how you end the email.
Common ones are best regards, kind regards, or sincerely.
Then you write your name below.
Simple as that. 6 easy parts.
Subject line, greeting, opening line, main message, closing line, sign off.
When you know this pattern, writing feels so much faster.
Exactly. It's like filling in a simple form.
I love that comparison. It really does feel that way once you practice.
So, Kate, let's talk about tone. This is something learners often ask about.
Yes, tone is so important in professional emails.
What do you mean by tone exactly?
It means how formal or friendly your email sounds.
Ah, I see. Like the difference between talking to your boss and talking to a friend.
Exactly. You wouldn't write the same way to both people.
Right, so how can someone choose the correct tone?
Good question. Think about who you're writing to.
If it's your manager or a client, keep it formal and polite.
If it's a coworker you know well, you can be a little more relaxed.
But even then, still respectful and clear.
Exactly. Professional doesn't mean cold or robotic.
It just means polite, clear, and respectful.
That's such an important point.
Let's talk about common phrases people can use in professional emails.
Yes, this will really help our viewers today.
For starting an email, you can say, "I hope you're having a great week."
Or, thank you for your email.
If you're replying to someone, "Thank you for reaching out."
These phrases sound natural and professional.
For asking something, you can say, "Could you please send me?"
Or, I was wondering if you could help with.
Very polite, very clear.
For giving information, I wanted to let you know that.
Or, just a quick update on.
For ending the email, please don't hesitate to contact me.
Or simply, "Looking forward to your reply."
These phrases work in almost any professional situation.
I think our viewers should save these phrases somewhere.
Great idea. Write them in a notebook or take a screenshot.
You'll be able to use them again and again.
Exactly. You don't need to create new sentences every time.
Having a few reliable phrases makes writing so much faster.
Now let's talk about mistakes people often make.
Yes, let's help learners avoid these common problems.
Mistake number 1, being too casual in formal emails.
Like starting with "hey" instead of "hello" or "dear."
Or using short forms like gonna or wanna in professional writing.
Those are fine for texting friends, but not for work emails.
Mistake number 2, writing very long, complicated sentences.
This often makes emails confusing even if the grammar is correct.
Remember, short and clear is always better.
Mistake number 3, forgetting a clear subject line.
A vague subject line can make your email get ignored.
Right, people decide whether to open an email based on the subject.
Mistake number 4, no greeting or closing.
Jumping straight into the message without "hello" feels rude.
And ending without best regards or your name feels incomplete.
Mistake number 5, not checking the email before sending.
Small mistakes can create a bad impression.
Always take 30 seconds to read your email again before sending.
That simple habit can prevent a lot of embarrassing mistakes.
Absolutely. Now let's move to some practical tips for writing quickly.
Yes, remember our topic today is doing this in 5 minutes.
Tip number 1, use templates.
What do you mean by templates, Martin?
I mean save common email structures you can reuse.
Ah, like a basic pattern you fill in every time.
Exactly. Save a simple template with greeting, opening line, and closing.
Then you just need to change the middle part for each new email.
This saves so much time.
I never thought about templates that way.
Tip number 2, keep a list of useful phrases.
Like the ones we shared earlier today.
Exactly. Having ready-made phrases speeds up writing a lot.
Tip number 3, write the main message first.
Instead of starting with the greeting, some people find it easier to write the important part first.
Then add the greeting and closing afterward.
This helps you focus on the main idea clearly.
Tip number 4, keep paragraphs short.
2 or 3 sentences per paragraph is perfect.
This makes emails easy to read quickly.
Busy people appreciate short, clear paragraphs.
Tip number 5, don't overthink perfect grammar.
Wait, isn't grammar important?
Of course it matters, but don't let it slow you down too much.
Ah, I see. Clear communication matters more than perfect grammar.
Exactly. A simple, clear email is much better than a perfect but very slow one.
That's such helpful advice for busy learners.
Now, let's practice writing a real email together, step by step.
Yes, let's make this really practical.
Okay, let's imagine you need to ask your teacher for an extra day for homework.
Perfect example. Let's build this email together.
First, the subject line. What could we write?
How about question about homework deadline?
Simple and clear. I love it.
Now the greeting. Dear Mr. Smith.
Great. Formal and respectful.
Now the opening line.
I hope you are doing well.
Nice and polite start.
Now, the main message. Let's keep it short.
I am writing to ask if I could have one extra day to finish my homework.
Simple, clear, polite.
We could also add a short reason. I have been feeling unwell this week.
That gives a clear, honest explanation.
Now, the closing line. Thank you for understanding.
Very polite and appreciative.
And finally, the sign-off. Best regards, and then your name.
Look at that. A complete professional email.
And it only took us a few minutes to build.
Exactly. Once you know the pattern, it's really quick.
Let's try one more example. This time, a work email.
Great idea. Let's imagine asking a coworker for information.
Subject line. Quick question about the report.
Greeting. Hi, Sarah.
Opening line. I hope you're having a good week.
Main message. Could you please send me the updated report by Friday?
Nice and clear. Right to the point.
Closing line. Thank you so much for your help.
Sign off. Best regards, and then your name.
See how easy that was?
Exactly. Clear structure makes everything faster and easier.
These examples can be your guide for future emails too.
Absolutely. Save this pattern and reuse it anytime.
Now, let's talk quickly about replying to emails too.
Great point. Replying is just as important as writing new emails.
For replies, you can start with, "Thank you for your email."
Or, thanks for getting back to me.
Then continue with your answer using the same clear structure.
Short, polite, and to the point.
This makes replying feel just as easy as writing a new email.
I love how simple this whole process becomes with practice.
Exactly. And the more you practice, the faster it becomes.
Soon, 5 minutes will feel like plenty of time.
Absolutely. This skill really improves with repetition.
So here's a question for all of you watching today.
What kind of email do you need to write most often?
Is it for work, school, or maybe business communication?
Tell us in the comments below. We really want to know.
Your answer might help us make more helpful videos for you.
And if you try writing an email using today's structure, let us know how it went.
We would love to hear about your experience.
All right, everyone, that's it for today's video.
Let's do a quick recap before we finish.
First, every professional email follows 6 simple parts.
Subject line, greeting, opening line, main message, closing line, and sign-off.
Second, choose the right tone depending on who you're writing to.
Third, use simple, reliable phrases you can reuse anytime.
Fourth, avoid common mistakes like being too casual or too long.
Fifth, use templates and short paragraphs to save time.
And finally, practice makes this whole process faster and easier.
Writing professional emails doesn't have to feel scary anymore.
With this simple structure, you can do it confidently, every time.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like.
And don't forget to subscribe for more English learning videos.
We upload new episodes regularly to help you improve every day.
Thank you so much for watching until the end.
We really appreciate your time and effort today.
We will see you in the next video.
Bye, everyone. Take care.
Bye. Keep practicing, and we'll see you very soon.